Morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to video message number 29.
Let's smack it in the ass.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
You gotta give him that huck and spit on that thing. You get me?
Oh, that sounds so good.
Listen up, the ratings just came in for last month. We are number one. We just grabbed every key demographic. Super duper, gang. Yeah. Super duper. That's nice. Way to go. Neato, gang. Yes. Boy, that is good news.
It is Friday. This is the 23rd day of August 2024. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Power Trip Morning Show. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Chris Hockey. We got a big one today. We got the play-in show. I mean, there's two games today. Two winners advancing to the next round of the initials game. So lots of guests, lots of games, lots to get to. And it's Friday, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get this fun show started, shall we? It's going to be a lot of fun. Fun. Let's have some joy. Here's Monroe Martin, comedy on the Power Trip Morning Show on a Friday morning. Now you, come on in. I'm glad you're here.
I believe that you can only eat as healthy as the stores surrounding your area. I live in Bedside, Brooklyn, so I don't have a chance at all. No matter what store I go to, there's always the Frozen refrigerator dedicated to Arizona iced tea. Arizona iced tea was designed to kill the lower class. 32 ounces of straight diabetes for only 99 cents. I drank one, I peed out cake. That's how sweet it is. Ooh, red velvet. I've never even seen the animals eat healthy around my way. Like, I've never seen the rodents, like a squirrel, eat an acorn or a nut. I seen a squirrel eat a peanut M&M, and I was very concerned. I was concerned because he ate all the chocolate and left the nut. I was like, yo, you gotta slow down on the sugar. You're gonna lose your tail, man.
Big knockers. Smack it in the ass.
The finish line is waiting. Fate is on your side. You hear the distant thunder.
Don't you hate it when that happens?
Lightning in your stride.
Power Trip Morning Show, Friday, August 23rd. First Friday of the Minnesota State Fair. Man, I was getting nervous for a second. I was looking around. I'm like, there's Hawk, there's Sauce. I'm like, no Kriesel today? What the hell's going on here? Then right as the show starts, in walks John Kriesel. And then an absolute superstar, Nate Henderson. You know, just a couple of absolute heroes. No big deal.
We were talking shop.
Talking shop.
I was talking about yesterday.
The Beatles?
Got to go to Hot Cut.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I got to go to Camp Ripley, get a tour of it. Nothing makes you feel more old than feeling like you just got out of the military and then going up there, trying out some of the new equipment and being like, these kids have it made.
Mm-hmm. Right. You have a flip phone, essentially?
Right. No, I have the Zach Morris.
The brick.
The brick.
Yeah.
No, he has a muzzleloader musket.
Yeah.
MR549.
That George Washington went across the Delaware with.
Except the M2, that really hasn't changed. So I got to fire machine gun, got to the old M2, 50 cal, a couple sniper rifles. My wife has never fired a handgun, any type of weapon. She's just like, they scare me a little bit, so it's fine. You do your thing.
Sure.
Yesterday, I was like, get your ass in that turret. She got up there. And let
Is that bark. Lingerie? What is a turret?
It's a giant hole that she climbed
Excuse
through.
me?
Aim that thing.
Yeah. So she put some rounds down range, and then, had the chance to chat a little bit with my old battalion. And there's only 2 or 3 people in that battalion from when I was in. Another thing that makes it feel old is when your friends become battalion commanders.
Kayla, calm down. Your husband's talking. Jeez, Kayla.
That was her joke, too. It was raining, and
My
it was dripping down onto her seat. She goes, they're going to think I really love firing these things.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so shout out to...
Jesus.
Wow.
Shout out to Jesus.
That's a grenade.
To the Bearcats at 2-136.
Oh, she's got a taser.
Yeah.
Why the hell does she have that?
Chloe got to ride. The replacement for the Humvee.
Oh my God, she lit the place on fire.
Unbelievable. Yeah. It was raining, so thankfully this couldn't happen. My wife got the authentic training experience at Ripley with it pouring rain, but...
Oh!
Yeah.
My God, Kayla.
Yeah.
She loves guns.
Yeah, now I'm a little afraid of her because she did. I'll show you guys the video later. She first time ever, she put some rounds down range. The guy goes, nice burst. And then she did a little dance. I'm like, oh man, this is a problem now. She went from never to now like.
The other problem is you let her shoot a 50 cal first, and now she's going to be disappointed for the rest of her life.
Yeah, going to feel like a BB gun now, anything else. And
it's like you let her handle Peter North for a moment.
Exactly,
yeah. I can't go back home.
Right. Yeah. And then Barrett's 50
nice
caliber
burst.
sniper rifle.
Yeah.
She fired a Barrett 50 caliber sniper rifle after that.
Whoa.
So, yeah. So, anyway, yes. Yesterday was awesome. Surreal getting to be in front of one of the only times I've been nervous to give a talk in front of my own battalion.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't come off as the kind of guy that gets nervous almost ever.
You got a knife.
Whoa. Why does she have a knife?
What was the movie? Fatal Attraction? I never saw that one.
Jeez, too soon.
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, in the JLTV, the replacement for the Humvee, Chloe was strapped into the back. She had her little unicorn helmet.
Aww.
The Army ones don't fit her. And she was a little bit scared.
Right.
These things are amazing, smooth. She goes,
Fast.
I think I'm going to die today. And I said, this isn't a Humvee, Chloe.
Oh.
They said, too soon. Yeah. Yep. Awesome day. So I had to share that with Nate, of course.
Wow.
I can speak this language. Nate's like, oh, yeah. Let me show you some photos when I got to put in some work with these.
Yeah. Nate, you were in town not too long ago. What brings you back so quickly?
The Minnesota State Fair.
Oh, yes.
Come on.
I knew I liked you.
What are you thinking?
Atta
That's the
baby.
most dangerous thing you'll do all year.
You're probably not wrong, Hogs Daddy.
Smart guy.
But my wife and I got married 16-ish years or 14-ish years ago.
You should know.
And that was the last time I went to the fair. It was actually right before or right after I got back from Iraq in 10. And we got married. I had some leave. We were up here for the fair. That was the last time I've been to the fair.
Really?
Yeah. And then
Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
It hasn't changed a lot.
No, it's just gotten more expensive.
That is very true.
Yeah.
True.
But this was the first year we looked at the calendar and we found some cheap flights and we're like, hey, let's take the kids out of school, bring them up to the fair. It'll be a great time.
Yeah, the flights are cheaper than what you're going to pay for food.
I had a similar experience.
Yeah.
I looked at the calendar and then I called Kayla Kriesel. She shot me.
Yeah.
Just so you didn't
then
have to go to
everybody
the
won.
fair. Yeah.
She was thrilled. She found her new hobby, and you found your last hobby.
Yep.
Fantastic.
He doesn't have to go to the fair.
Hawk, if you could teleport to the radio station, would it not be as bad?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, but again, I'd have to go from the teleport and teleported right into our booth at the fair.
Yeah,
Right into the booth, right in front of the microphone.
And then teleport away so you don't have to walk through the crowds.
That'd be
Yeah.
perfect,
People stop you and chat with you and stuff. So
Yeah, a little bit. That's not so bad. I just have a hard time being that close to that many people. It's the most uncomfortable thing, especially when it's hot. And by the way, this weekend is going to be the surfs of hell.
Yep.
At the state fair.
Kiss me.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I mean, as soon as you get out of the car, you're going to start sweating, and you're going to be rubbing up against people, and they're going to be sweating. Some of them don't smell great, so then you're not going to smell great. And so you've only been there for 15 minutes. You're drenched in sweat. Your nuts hurt, and you smell.
Your nuts. Why do your nuts hurt?
Will you be pulling the maneuver that you sent to all of us last night of that gal at the baggage claim?
Can you believe that?
She 3 times because she couldn't believe. I'll show you this, Nate.
All right. So Fox 9 is doing a live report. Was it the airport that it looked like to you guys?
Yeah, that was the baggage claim.
Okay, baggage claim. And they're on the air. They don't mean to be doing this. And a lady behind the lady doing the reporting is, You know how when you check your breath, like you breathe into your hand to smell your breath?
Yep.
She does that with her crotch.
Yeah.
Watch
Not
again.
once, not twice, but 3 times.
I mean, she's checking to see if the fruit's right.
Yeah.
Has this gone viral yet?
It has to us.
Yeah,
She's
Hawk watched it
it's
a few
unbelievable.
times.
By the way, I think she went viral downstairs.
And it's not subtle.
No.
It's not where she looks around and like.
That's the point, Corey.
She just goes for it like it's the most normal thing in the world.
That's the point.
Yeah.
As Sarah Jane said when I showed it to her at the show last night, if you got to check it, go wash yourself.
Yeah.
If
That's what your dad
if
always
it is that likely that you have a problem,
Yeah.
you probably have already answered the question. You might want to go to the bathroom. She's just checking it by baggage
Yeah.
claim.
I'm gonna give you guys a little warning. This is real gross, but I'm gonna say it. If you're wondering if somebody's got a foot-long tuna sub somewhere near you, yeah, go to the bathroom, hang your A word over the sink, and get to wash it.
Yeah.
You need to wash yourself.
Yeah.
Get to
And
wash it.
what he said, Corey, you said the thing that she doesn't even look around and say, "Is anybody checking?"
No.
You know, like if you got a ripe one in your nostril and you got to get that son bitch out there because you're bleeding, right?
Yeah.
You check around and then you go digging.
That was like the quick, 3 quick hits.
1,
She's like,
2, 3.
oh, yuck. Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah,
She likes the smell.
She does. I showed my wife, and I was like, what if this gal is a listener? My wife goes, she's not from Minnesota. She looks like she kind of looks like Snooki, she said. She goes, she's from Jersey.
Yeah, right.
You know, it's like
if you had said something to me, she'd like, so
a Minnesotan would have kind of looked around and maybe, but this gal did not care.
I'm telling you, man.
So
Straight on Fox 9.
Speaking of like caring and looking around before you do something, I caught myself doing this yesterday, and this is embarrassing. This is
Sniffing
how
your crotch?
No. So 25 years ago, if you're sitting around in the car and you're singing to yourself, and then somebody pulls up alongside you, and you look over and you realize that they're watching you sing. You're like, oh crap, this is embarrassing. I'm just singing to myself, right? Well, now with Bluetooth, a lot of times you're just talking on the phone. You're not even paying attention to the people left or right. You have no idea if somebody's looking and going, that guy talking to himself? Everybody understands, oh, that guy's on the phone, right? Yesterday, I'm singing to myself in the car, and I look over and I realize the person's staring right at me.
Oh, God.
The doxology.
So I pretended to be on a phone call.
Yeah.
I like switched into. I like my instinct was like, this is embarrassing. So I kind of like was nodding like, oh yeah, for sure, I'll call you later.
No, dude.
And I'm like, why do I care? I can sing. I can talk. But I transitioned into a fake phone call because I thought the person next to me would think that's a normal thing to do. Talking on a Bluetooth.
There's Corey.
What do I care?
But it's that same instinct.
It was instinct.
Like if you fall asleep on an airplane and you do that. You wake up and you're like,
my business call. What? Right. You just. That's what I did. I don't care, but instinctually, I just had to transition, and I did. Cash those tickets.
I retweeted that video and just put ha 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 because I don't know what to put.
Unbelievable.
Oh, I know.
I mean, that's a quick hitter, just a triple play right there.
If the right website finds that video, it's going to be legendary.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, she'll have her own podcast.
But whoever tweeted that at you, I watch the news every day.
Yeah, right.
Like to know what's going on, and I'm an old man now.
Sure.
He was not paying attention to, I think it was Hannah Flood on there.
Yeah, right.
And he's like, what's going on behind there? And it was pretty, you have to know what you're looking at to see. And then they just zoom in and they...
Did you post it yet?
I just retweeted it.
Yeah, I retweeted it with ha ha ha, just hopefully more people see it. Because someone has to pick it up.
Yeah.
That is
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, how was it?
Like she had been in the field for 2 weeks.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah. I bet she smelled like she'd been in a field for 2 weeks.
Crazy.
Who are the people with her going? Yeah, get in there, and if that's not good, then we'll wait for you here. We'll get your bag while you go to the bathroom.
And she wasn't reaching in her pants either. No. So if it was on the outside,
I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
Man, I mean that flight was the AC down.
Oh my God.
There's nothing worse than sitting on a plane, a hot plane, just sweltering.
There is sitting beside her. On a hot plane. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Wondering if they're serving sourdough.
Just a like you said, a tuna sandwich and a leg lock. Like Horace Gracie just trying to choke that thing out.
Oh, my.
Crazy.
Oh, my gosh.
That's a blast from the past.
I'm hoping that she farted and liked it. You know what I mean?
No, this was wiping, though. The farting, you cup it.
You're right.
Yeah, you cup it.
Maybe she farted, she gambled, thought she lost the farm and was checking for damp. You know what I mean?
Oh.
And her rim was pointed forward.
Yeah, right. She's backwards.
All right. I don't know how the female anatomy looks.
Chris is doing everything he can to get her out of this, but I don't think she can get out of this.
He likes standing up for the ladies.
If she did on the airplane and the turd cutter ricocheted off the seat and bounced up.
Oh, my God. What are you doing? I'm watching it again. Wait, whoa, are you guys watching it right now?
No.
Check out the dude right beside her. He's on the phone. By the way, this guy.
He looks over and just says,
He looks
"Kiss
at her
me."
and he sees what she's doing. But by the way, this guy's in a public place talking on the speakerphone. That I hate too.
Yeah, of course.
Just the worst.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
You don't do that.
But the guy to her right.
I mean, she acts like she's using holy water to bless herself.
Yeah, maybe she is. You're right. Oh, golly gee. I guess
Paul, your hands up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Woodhawk.
Well, yeah, she travels.
Yeah,
I mean, at this moment, I don't know.
She's a business lady.
Yeah, she's a world traveler. She likes adventures.
She's a working lady.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't Hannah Flood either, by the way. I don't recognize this reporter.
I'll tell you right now.
I think Hannah Flood is a pretty interesting name for the gal in the back.
Yeah, well said.
What has she got a hand of?
Well said.
No, I think that woman needs to go find a flood.
I mean, jeez. And then they transition right back to Randy Meyer, and he's just like,
good old Randy.
Okay, this is going to go viral.
It has to.
Yeah.
It's
Randy should have been like, hold on, can you go and interview that lady back there and find out what the hell's going on?
Yeah, but put on a hazmat suit first.
Yeah, right. Maybe put a COVID mask on.
What if she transitioned back to him and Randy's like, what if Randy's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, he looks like Randy when Randy March finds the internet.
That guy next to her is actually on the speakerphone with the bomb squad.
Paul, your hands up.
This segment is brought to you by our wonderful friends at Gutter Helmet of Minnesota and GutterHelmetMN.com. Never clean your gutters again.
No, I don't think
she should clean her gutters.
Clean your gutter.
Brilliant.
She might be the one person who doesn't need a gutter helmet.
I think somebody accidentally left a gutter helmet in there.
Oh my God. Oh, I'm sure Gutter Helmet's thrilled. More of the Power Trip Morning Show after this on The Fan.
The Fan.
Here's the deal. It's a big day. John Kriesel's over there. Our buddy Nate's over there. What's up, buddy?
Hello.
I still don't understand you coming into the state fair, but I know.
I get it.
It's a relationship with pain that you have. That you enjoy it.
Well, probably.
How's life in the military treating you right now? Like, what's your life? What are you doing? Are you allowed to tell us, or would you have to kill us? Because I'm okay with it.
Whoa.
At least before
the state fair, exactly.
4 o'clock tomorrow.
Yeah, right.
So right now I teach at the Special Forces Weapons Sergeant course. Guys who have gone to selection for Special Forces, completed some other courses, they show up to us and we teach them how to implement, train on, employ, and troubleshoot and maintain everything from pistols all the way up through submachine guns, rifles, light machine guns, heavy machine guns, rockets, mortars, grenade launchers, and then tactics stuff as well. We do a lot of tactics with the students when we have time. And it's a lot of fun. It's the kind of job where you have to enjoy guns, and I like guns a lot. So
Kayla's on her way.
Yeah, it works out well.
Yep. In the weeds question for you guys. Same for you, Kreese. Well, first of all, I should ask you this, Nate. By the time people get to where you're training them, they're like already real good with guns anyway, right? Like you said sergeant training school or something like that? Is that what you said?
The Special Forces Weapons Sergeant course.
Okay. So these guys are already real good with guns and stuff like that?
Some of them.
Oh, what, really?
More often than not.
More often than not. Oh, correct. Every now and then we'll get some students who haven't shot much in they're either very young in their military career or they had a job previously in the Army that wasn't combat arms, and so they need some tutoring and guidance and mentorship, which is what I'm here to provide.
Whoa!
Right. You ever? So you said rocket launchers?
Mm-hmm.
Like handheld rocket launcher? Like on shoulder held? Yeah.
Generally shoulder fired. Yeah.
Question for the two of you. You ever fire one of those in anger, if you know what I mean?
I haven't.
Yeah?
I'm sure he has.
A couple times.
Have you ever seen it hit a person and not a building?
A rocket launcher? No. But a Mark 19 grenade, high velocity 40 millimeter grenade, yes.
Which a Mark 19 is a machine gun that fires grenades.
What?
Yeah, it's great.
It
fires grenades?
That is.
Do you have to pull the pin as it comes out of the trigger?
It sounds like cheating.
No, it is one of the most fun. It's just.
All right, hold on. I got to look at it on YouTube.
Yeah.
What's it called again?
MK19.
It sounds like something you would put in a cheat code for in Bond.
It's not fair.
It doesn't seem fair.
And do they leave healthy after one of those hits them?
They leave.
Yeah, right.
You could probably.
Oh my God! Look at the bullets on this thing.
Yeah, those bullets are grenades.
Probably a mop and a mop bucket would be how to get them.
Oh my gosh!
Out of there.
Are we still talking about that Gallup baggage claim?
Loaded.
That would be Mr. Clean would say, "I'm out."
He'd say "Yaki."
He'd say,
"Yuck." My favorite saying with the Mark 19 is you can end an argument real quick with somebody who's very far away by just saying, "Here, hold this."
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Hear it?
Yeah. Kriesel, how you feeling right now?
Diamond hard. You hear it, and then you wait, and you hear the
as it explodes later.
Chris is about to cut that sound into the system.
Whoa!
They need to keep.
There it is.
Oh my goodness!
And then in the background, you just hear, "I'm sorry, please, I'm sorry,
I didn't mean it.
I'm sorry. I thought I smelled."
Oh.
My goodness, man. That's really something. So you've seen that make contact with an individual?
Yeah.
Lordy. Yeah.
And the fun part about that Mark 19 is you can, as far as the round will carry, that's how far that weapon system is effective, because bullets lose their ballistic properties and kinetic power at distance because gravity affects them.
Well, obviously
pulls them down.
We all know that. Yeah. Right, yeah.
And
Sauce, you want to explain that, or should Nate continue?
No, go on, Nate.
But because grenades explode when they hit the ground, their max effective range is over 2 kilometers, and it's great because you just say, "Oh, look, there's something needs to be destroyed over there," and you say, "Here, hold this," and it end arguments real fast that way.
Yeah, man.
You don't have to be tremendously accurate either.
No, that is the definition of a area fire weapon system.
Yeah.
So does that have to hit something to explode, or does it explode when it gets a certain distance? You know what I mean?
The grenades have to hit. The grenades are point detonating.
Okay, yeah, right.
There are rockets that you can set to explode at a certain distance. One of my favorite rounds, there's a recoilless rifle called a Carl Gustav 84 millimeter recoilless rifle, and it shoots a variety of different kinds of rounds. And one of them we call a flying claymore. And a claymore mine is a directional anti-personnel mine that has 450 ball bearings in it.
Is that the kind of thing you step on normally?
No, it's not victim initiated, it's command initiated. So but it's directional, but you get this arc of about 90 or about 110 degrees where these 400 ball bearings fly out and kind of shred everything.
My God.
Well, Saab, the old car company, the Carl Gustav is Swedish, so Saab makes most of their rounds. They were like, "Hey, what if we were to put this into a round that we could shoot and have detonate over the top of something?" So you set the distance you want that rocket to explode at. So let's say you have bad guys hiding behind a wall at 900 meters away from you. you set the rocket to explode at 910 meters and you shoot it 5 meters over the top of the wall, and then it detonates and rains 600 or 780 ball bearings down.
Is it true that Ford called him one a nuclear bomb? Why does Saab want that?
Yeah.
So something that I love history, and as a student of history, you should just not ask what European countries were doing in between 1939 and 1945.
Oh, so this was back then. Okay, yeah.
Because every now and then you'll be like, VW, what?
VW and Mercedes.
You were making plane engines for the Luftwaffe?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Oh,
right.
No, but it's the Carl Gustav is just made by it's Swedish in origin, and Saab just happens to make a lot of
chocolate and bombs. They're good at it.
So this is kind of perfect if you want to give the bad guys a nice gender reveal party.
Correct.
Wow.
You can rain down whatever gender they want.
Were you in Afghanistan or other places when you fired those?
I was in Afghanistan.
When you fired that, yeah. Boy, oh boy, man, that's real something. And you've done that thing more than once, like a few times. You do that a lot. Looks like your job.
Yeah, it comes with the territory.
Yeah, man, I've never been in that territory.
It's one of those things where there's a lot of byproducts to the job that they don't tell you about when you sign up.
Right.
And then you're 35 years old, you've been in the Army for 16 years, and every now and then you're like, whew.
Yeah. You know, on a serious note, that's exactly how Chris feels here about the state fair. When he signed up for this job, he thought he was doing KFAN motorsports and was going to talk rubbing his racing. And now, almost 3 decades later, this is his Vietnam.
This is it.
So much so he's scheduling a physical at 6:30 on Wednesday, so he doesn't have to go.
When you park your car, and you close the door, you just take a deep breath and go,
have to.
I can do this.
Yeah.
Just one step.
Yeah.
One step at a time.
You doing motorcycle on Saturday? Or are you going to take the car?
I always do motorcycle. Yeah.
That's pretty easy then. That's the easiest path in and out.
Well, and it is. There's always the option just to swerve into traffic as well.
Yeah, correct.
So there's
correct.
So it's, I like to keep my options open. He died doing what he loved, not going to the fair. No, it's okay. It's okay. Well, thanks for what you do and what you have done as well, Mr. Kriesel.
Well, thank you. Nothing like him.
No, come on, man.
All the crazy stuff my unit did was, as Tim would say, after I left the deployment early.
After you quit.
After I
brings that up all the deployment
early. Front page sports is next. 2 initials games today. The play-in games, the wild card games. One at 7:20, one at 8:20. Nice matchups. I think Chris got the good draw, but we'll see.
We'll see.
Front page sports next on the Fan.
Welcome back to Power Trip Morning Show. Zacho just made a good point. Nate just told us a story off air that, pretty aggressive and pretty graphic.
Mm-hmm.
In order for me to tell a story like that, it would have to be from a video game.
Correct.
And you've done it in real life. That's really something, man. That's really something.
Or did you see that episode of Show Blank on HBO?
Right. Yep.
And then we would walk through that scene. That's pretty...
Yeah.
It's amazing, man. I don't know how you guys do it. You guys are you're heroes. There's just no other way to say it.
I don't know, man. I don't know how you do it either.
All right. Front page sports. Let's get to some of the stuff, shall we?
You know what? You enjoy the fair tomorrow. I'm going to say that to you. I hope it's fun for you. How about that?
Yeah.
That's
have the best time.
Yeah.
Presented by Holiday Station.
I hope you don't see like an open-faced pizza and think, have a bad memory.
Yeah.
Holiday Station stores. You can hydrate at Holiday. You can get Gatorade, buy 2, get 1 free. They got the Lightning Blast flavor at Holiday. That's exclusive to Holiday. Mix and match any 2 flavors you want. Buy 2, get 1 free. Gatorade. Holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess an open-faced pizza is just a pizza.
Yeah.
Right,
you'll need...
I'm sorry, I'm throwing
an
off,
open-faced calzone, maybe.
Yeah, you'll need all the Gatorade you need this hot weekend.
I hope nobody walks up and says, hey, can you give me a hand with this? Because you will have a flashback.
The Vikings are at the Eagles tomorrow at noon. Final preseason game. Our national nightmare.
Stop it.
It's almost over.
Let's go football.
Pregame at 10. Fan line follows. And then, of course, after fan line, 5 to 7 at the State Fair, the Power Trip Morning Show. 5 to 7 tomorrow night. Get there early. Chef Reactions is going to be there at 6. He threw out the first pitch at the Saints game last night.
Yeah, a streaker. Or not, what do you call those? Where you write down the... I don't care.
A fastball?
Streaker. Yeah, one of those streakers right down the middle of the plate. Streaker. The Vikings signed running back Mo Ibrahim.
How about that? Let's go.
Yeah.
I don't get it, but fine. All right. Give the kid a chance, right? Why not?
Yeah, why not, man?
I don't see where there's a spot for him, though. I'm a little confused.
There is in the final preseason game at the very least.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I don't know. Is he just a 1 week hire?
Yeah, I would assume,
people were high on him last year before the draft, and I know, well, you know what? I'm going to temper that because it was Hard Knocks, and who knows if they were really high on him or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was on the Lions last year, didn't really get any action. I think he maybe appeared in one game or something like that. It was practice squad most of the year, I think. Is that accurate? It's something like that. So,
let's go, Mo.
I don't know. I mean, you got Aaron Jones, you have Ty Chandler, you have Kene. I mean,
well, I would bet Wongwu, Chandler, and Jones don't play.
Right. So, but I'm saying beyond, I don't care about preseason game number 3. I'm just trying to figure out, does he even remotely have a spot moving forward? Is this a guaranteed practice squad thing, or is this literally just we need bodies for game 3 because we can't play anybody of value? So if you'd like to play for us for a week, here's a couple of handoffs and best of luck down the road. If that's fine too, I mean, I don't know.
Well, and may I say, Corey, and not to be Debbie Downer, we thought at this moment last year that we were set at running back, and we weren't.
True. Yeah. That's a good point.
And not from injury.
Right. And no offense to Mo. If you stash him on the practice squad, it doesn't seem like there's a giant market for him. You can put him on the practice squad if you want him to be your, emergency reserve running back off the practice squad. It just shows how crazy college to the pros is. That dude was so great in college football, but he's not very big. And so far, it's just not translating. The Lions obviously had a lot of weapons as well, but when you invest in Gibbs, I don't think you really need Mo Ibrahim, but still.
And he's got a lot of miles on the tires. He's run a lot.
But he's young. I mean,
he's young.
It's crazy how some great college football players don't necessarily translate to the pros.
Hey,
wishing him the best. I hope it works out, whether it's here or somewhere else. But if you like Mo, then you might get to see him a ton tomorrow.
Zacho?
Hold on.
Oops.
What's going on over there?
I didn't have my sound off. I had to post something.
He's watching highlight videos.
Yeah. Zacho?
Hold on, he's not up. Hold on, they were using the access on this.
Yeah.
Hold on, sorry, give me a second.
Yeah, Daddy.
Yeah, Daddy. Yeah, what?
What do you need?
What's up?
What are you wearing?
Exactly. Nope, damn it.
What are you wearing?
We have so many buttons. It's like Wonka's great glass elevator. The Wonka-vator.
What do you need?
Up until now, I've pushed all the buttons except for this one.
What do you need?
Zach's response last
it doesn't
night.
matter at this point.
Zach's response last night to that video was hilarious. Just hawked. I wanted to say to Zach, you should be happy you were born the way you were.
No kidding.
What were you going to ask, Paul?
It doesn't matter.
Well, now you have to ask it. We want to know.
I just want to hear his reaction.
To?
The question I had.
Zach, do you hear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Zacho,
there you go.
who are you excited to watch tomorrow?
What's tomorrow?
At the Vikings game.
Oh, my God. What?
I completely checked out after week 1.
Oh, the quarterback, the new quarterback.
Oh, gosh. What's his name?
Oh, Matt Corral.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good-looking guy. I said hi to him in the locker room last week after he took a safety. He was not feeling good about himself.
That's fine.
Yeah, but I'm like, dude, chill.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
chill out, man.
You got here last night. You played today.
Right.
Everybody be cool. I didn't say any of that to him. I thought it, though.
Should have. Yeah, he should have.
He's got some good tattoos, Hawk. You should look at him sometime.
Okay.
All right, Daddy.
I like tattoos. I do. Yeah, I'm with you.
That's it.
Yeah.
So, Zach, J.J. McCarthy, Matt Corral, and Zach Wilson walk into a bar.
That order.
Wow.
Well, that didn't take but a minute.
Yeah.
Apparently, he's already contemplated.
Oh, Matt Corral over Zach Wilson?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
Good looking guy.
No hesitation.
Yeah, no hesitation. I got the order right. I hit the trifecta, apparently.
Yeah. Cash those tickets.
Cash those tickets.
Zach Wilson might be cut from Denver.
Mm-hmm.
Is that one guy going to have to cut a bitch?
Butthole Eyes?
Wayne Brady.
Wayne Brady. That's it. Sorry, I couldn't remember his name.
The Minnesota Twins were off yesterday. They host the St. Louis Cardinals of Anaheim tonight at 7:10. Uncle Festa for the Twins. Cleveland lost 6-rip to the Yankees, so the Royals and Twins, who were both off yesterday, gained a half a game. Now are both 2 games behind Cleveland. So Cleveland has lost 5 of 6. That's fantastic.
Jeez.
This weekend, the Twins, of course, are, like I mentioned, hosting St. Louis. Cleveland hosts Texas, and Philly is at Kansas City. Tight race. All 3 teams in the mix. I think all 3 could win it.
We're in a tight spot.
Tight spot for all 3.
Man, that's the best movie. I got to watch that again.
Love it.
Oh.
Yeah. So good.
What have you seen it? How many times have you seen it? Once, though?
I've seen it twice.
Okay. I love Oh Brother, We're Out,
so
though.
good.
CRUNNOFT.
Yeah.
It's just freaking brilliant.
Oh, so good.
I know a lot of people that hate it. It definitely is not
can't
for
imagine.
everyone.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, it's in my top 20-ish maybe of all time.
Easily.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
Holly Hunter. Let's go.
Again, I'm going to ask a question that I'm almost immediately going to question myself. Outside of
in that order.
Outside of the Ocean's 11 or the Ocean's movies, is that Clooney's best movie?
Good question.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that's his best acting, right? I mean, that's not his normal character.
It shows his ability as an actor.
Yeah, his versatility.
Batman and Robin, no. Nope. Terrible Batman.
Hawk
no
loved it.
him.
It's a good show.
Yeah.
Is that the Batman? Is that the Batman with nipples?
With the nipples, yeah.
And that's with Schwarzenegger as Freeze, and it's just terrible.
Gravity. Hawk. Or is it you that hates that movie?
I did not care for that movie at all. Everybody liked it except for me. So
he's good. He is good in that movie.
See,
but he is just George Clooney in an astronaut suit.
Exactly. He's the same person from Oceans in just in an astronaut suit.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Dead.
Perfect Storm.
Oh no! I thought he lived.
Spoiler! Did you guys not read the book?
He's still out there wandering around.
I mean, fantastic Mr. Fox, but that's it's
oh
just
my God,
his voice.
that's great.
But
though.
it's his voice.
Oh,
though.
that's so good.
Yeah, I looked at his entire filmography. The answer is, "Oh brother, we're out."
Yeah, I would agree. Right. I would agree. I like that guy.
I mean,
I like that guy.
I think he got nominated for Syriana, maybe Good Night and Good Luck, possibly Michael Clayton, possibly. Sure, he might have had more
Clayton's a good
accolades for other movies.
Yeah.
Up in the air, whatever. So still, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I take Oh Brother.
Yeah, it's really
Birdman's real good though.
I've never seen Birdman.
Birdman's real good, man.
Is he in that?
He's in Birdman?
Yeah, isn't that what it's called? Birdman? The one
No.
What the hell's it called? The one
That's Michael Keaton.
You know what, dude? I was looking at a picture of Michael Keaton.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I swear to God on my life.
Are you
Zach,
okay?
you can see it. I'm looking at a picture of Michael Keaton.
And then just completely changed
and
mentally.
My
in
brain
your head?
left my head. Yeah.
Are you okay?
Not really. Yeah. All I can think about is the initials game and a guy's arms.
Yeah.
And that sounds real weird out of context.
You got a good draw. We mentioned at the end of yesterday's show, but today at 7:20, Mike Grimm, Chris Hockey, and Paul Charchian. So you got lucky in a couple of ways. You avoided Tyler, and you avoided the 4-person matchup, which is harder to win than a 3-person matchup. So you got the good draw. Grimm, Hawk, and Charch at 7:20.
In that order?
Brilliant.
Grimm. He loves Grimmer. And then at 8:20, hang on. I'm going to do this for you, Zach. I had Marnie first, but hang on. 8:20. Let's go Ron, Tyler, Oak, Marnie.
You got it.
Yeah! Yay! Wow. Well, that's a game we should play.
Yeah.
It is.
What's his order?
Tommy would just say yes. I guess I don't get the game.
Let's see if I can get it. Yeah, you don't get this. This is it's putting men in order, Paul.
Yeah. For Sauce, what's his order is 2 of everything.
Yeah, 2 of everything.
The left side of the menu.
Yeah.
I want fries and I want a shake.
You'll get nothing and like it. What a great film.
Zacho, the main 3 from the Ocean's movies. I'm gonna go
Oh, man.
Pitt, Clooney, Damon.
I bet Damon's in front of Clooney.
No, I bet it's Clooney.
It's Pitt first. Come on, man.
Pitt.
For me,
Yeah,
it's Pitt first.
That was peak Pitt. So he's definitely number one.
Wow.
And I think Hawk might be right. I think Damon.
Isn't that the
Pitt,
restaurant?
Damon, Clooney.
Matt Damon.
E.R. Clooney? Yeah.
Jeez.
Clooney. Mr. Z in a second. What really matters?
Wow.
More of John Kriesel, Nate Henderson's here. This is the Power 2 Morning Show on KFAN.
I will never go back to another fair.
The Fan.
The Power Hour begins at 8 a.m., but we have a special Power Hour beginning at 7:20 for the Initials wild card games today. You can watch it at KFAN.com/watch. It's powered by Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed.
Chris is the favorite. Not trying to put extra pressure on you in the 7:20 matchup, but you're the favorite over Grimmer and Charge. But again, they both are capable of making a run. I think they could both do it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Grim does not like to lose. I'm not saying anybody likes to lose, but he really hates it.
And a couple of things that would have gone his way.
Yeah.
He could have won his first round matchup as well. Grimmer was very competitive in round one.
A couple of responses I really enjoyed to the video that I retweeted from Fox 9 of the lady checking
the oil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan Drager says the old dip and sniff, which I love. That's a great one.
Can that be next year's state fair
Someone
t-shirt?
said she definitely double dips at parties.
Right. John Quinn says, "Isn't that meat sauce's cousin fish sauce?"
Give me back the Filet-O-Fish.
Gonna ruin my day.
Yeah, that's great.
Oof. All right, every Friday in the Power Trip Morning Show, almost every Friday, when there's something to talk about, we talk to Mr. Z about movies. You can follow him on Twitter at Mr. Z Movies. You can argue about films or ask him questions about upcoming films. That's what we do. We normally don't know what we're talking about. Hi, Mr. Z.
Hey, guys, what's up?
What up, Z?
What's going on in the world of the old box office? What do we have this weekend, and what's right around the corner that we should care about?
Well, we're just heading into a little slower period. We had a really big summer if you look back, but we're until Beetlejuice, which opens September 2nd. It's pretty quiet. Movies, some Blink Twice. Zoe Kravitz directorial debut comes out this week.
Wow.
It's a good movie. It's a movie that if you kind of didn't know anything about and watched, it might be better just to kind of watch it. But again, we're looking at like a $15 million opening. The Crow, which a lot of people were looking forward to for a long time, opening, and boy, that just didn't work. The Crow didn't. So that's going to do even less. That might not hit 10 million. But,
you know what? I forgot that was even a thing.
And then, so basically, we're just looking at some Deadpool and some Twisters, and it ends with us just kind of rolling at the ending of the summer here.
Yeah, The Crow, the original one, is another one of those movies that it's kind of egregious. I didn't see it because I was a teenager when all that stuff went down and Brandon Lee died filming the movie, but they still found a way to finish the movie, right? Because most of it had been filmed before he accidentally was shot and killed on set.
Yeah.
And then it kind of became a cult phenomenon in the 90s, and everybody seemed to like it. But I don't know, there was just something about it just visually when I saw the trailers and saw the commercials for it back in the 90s. I'm like, I don't know if this is for me. And now this new one just looks awful, and the reviews are atrocious. So I think I'm going to go 0 for 2 on seeing the Crow films. But it sounds like, according to you, Mr. Z, everybody else is skipping it as well.
Yeah, it's too bad. I don't know. I'm old school. I grew up with movies. I do this for a reason, and there should be. I'm trying to find a word for it. I use the word fun, and I don't mean fun as in funny. I mean sometimes there's movies like The Crow, which is about real quick, about a young man and who ends up becoming immortal, and basically a revenge movie. So let's just do a premise that way. There should be some fun in that. Like if you get killed and come back to life and have revenge, it should be a little bit fun. I don't mean like, it can be violent and rough or whatever, but there should be some fantasy, some enjoyment to it. And when movies forget that, every now and then you get a movie that just forgot to be entertaining, regardless of how much effort went into it or who was good or who wasn't good. And I think that's what happens to The Crow. It's not even so bad that you could go out for an hour afterwards and talk about how bad it was. It's not that kind of bad, which would actually be more fun.
Yeah.
So that doesn't mean that it's not worth seeing, or people who are going to go up there. What is it? 20%? One out of every 5 people are going to go and go, hey, that was pretty good. So I don't want to rain on that parade, but for me, I can forgive almost anything except for a boring movie or a movie that just isn't fun.
Hey, if I'm not asking you to review Beetlejuice if you've seen it already, but if not you, if Beetlejuice works the way that Tim Burton's doing it, right, trying to capture the 80s magic and not just lean super heavily into CGI and do it right, the right way with some charm and kind of 80s cinema tricks, do you think that will maybe create some kind of an 80s renaissance where we can look back and figure out how we can do this moving forward, where it's not just nonstop CGI and computer animation?
It's interesting. Well, I would just let me just start real quick with the fact that I just want to remind people, especially people who are a little bit younger, even actually, like if you're in your 40s, Beetlejuice might have a little different feel, because Beetlejuice is one of those movies that when it came out was fine, was okay. It was the 10th biggest movie of the year. Roger Ebert said 2 out of 4 stars, didn't really like the Michael Keaton character, but thought charm. Siskel straight thumbs down.
What?
Beetlejuice was, if you think about watching Beetlejuice, if you went to Beetlejuice, the original, but as a 40-year-old person alone, not knowing any of these characters, it takes a little bit to get, like Pee-wee's Big Adventure, another Tim Burton film, which when it came out, a lot of people just were like, what the hell is a whole movie about Pee-wee Herman? One of my concerns is that people are going to go watch Beetlejuice and be like, well, that wasn't great. That wasn't like phenomenal. It didn't blow me away. It was like, well, neither did the original. So, Beetlejuice became this charming thing over time, became like a classic. So with that being said, I hope one thing that I will agree with, studios have forgotten that you can make a nice, simple, fun movie, and it doesn't have to. So that's what I'm hoping, that if it does well, that the studios can take from it, that you can just go ahead and make a fun movie, and it'll do business.
I just hope it's good. Man, I love the original so much. And again, I was 8 or whatever when the first one came out, so I couldn't get enough of it. Right? I know I wasn't a jaded 40-year-old like I am now, but man, at 8 years old, that thing hit me right between the eyes, and I freaking loved it.
Yeah.
Hey, the fact that it had a handful of swear words in it, I thought was super cool. Yeah.
Nice bleeping model.
Beetlejuice, the character was unbelievably awesome. I liked the sandworms.
Yeah.
I liked Juno, the caseworker. Right? Paul, your hands up.
Woodhawk.
Well, yeah, she smoked like 2 packs a day.
Yeah,
for eternity.
Everybody's got to have a hobby.
Can't wait for that movie. Yeah. That might be the next movie I actually go see in the theater.
Yeah.
Super pumped.
Yeah, couple weeks.
Let's go.
I hope it's kid appropriate. My guess is it's going to be about the same range of appropriate as the original one, right? Why not keep it about the same range?
Funny enough, 80s kid appropriate, as we all remember. When you sit your kids down like a little kid to watch Goonies for the first time, you go, "Oh my God, I forgot some of the lines in the beginning of the movie from Mouth."
Yeah.
When you're older, you'll understand. But again, relatively harmless. But that era where there's definitely some stuff in it that. Yes, it is kid. It's one of those things that some people, 12-year-olds and 10-year-olds and 9-year-olds know are totally exposed to that, so it's fine.
I think it's PG-13.
We've turned out fine.
Yeah,
I watched E.T. with Chloe last week. She hadn't ever seen it, and when Elliot calls his brother penis breath, and the mom laughs even and says, "Elliot, stop." My daughter didn't even blink an eye because she didn't know what it is.
She lives with the Kriesels.
True, yeah.
So that helps.
You always call Uncle Tim that.
That line from Goonies where the statue's penis breaks off and Mikey just goes, "That's my mom's favorite piece," and Mouth goes, "You wouldn't be here if it wasn't." So good. And Sauce doesn't like Goonies. It's fantastic.
No, I
still haven't seen it.
Oh, gosh.
It's on my list.
I still think you would love it. I know, like Mr. Z just said, sometimes if you're the wrong age to see a, quote, kids movie, you might not love it and have the nostalgia, but man,
I'm a kid.
It holds up, man. Yeah. Goonies holds up. Mr. Z, you're the best, dude. Thanks.
Hey, guys. We'll talk to you later.
All right, there he goes. Mr. Z, at Mr. Z Movies on Twitter if you want to argue films.
He's the best.
I'm actually, again, I fought against the Beetlejuice remake forever. I said it on the show. Every time it was rumored, I'm like, please don't do it.
Yeah.
But now I'm getting pumped just because I hope he did it right, because he claims he wanted to do it right. Let's see if he did it right.
Do I have to see the first one to see the second?
You haven't seen Beetlejuice?
I haven't.
Oh,
what?
Man.
I have a long list of movies that this show has shamed me about.
Here, get a little action.
Put Beetlejuice on the top of it. It's perfect.
Okay.
It's a perfect movie.
If you don't love Michael Keaton before, you will love Michael Keaton afterwards. And because Michael Keaton to me is... It's Batman 1A and Beetlejuice 1B, right? Yeah. It's neck and neck. Yeah. When I think of Keaton, I think of both of them almost Batman. Equally.
That was good. We went to Inside Out 2 last week, and that preview was on, and the juice is loose. And I said,
good. Yeah.
Chloe looked at me like I was insane. Was like, what? I don't get it.
Nice bleeping model. God, it's such a good movie.
Yeah.
What Really Matters is next on The Fan.
Head over to our contest page and register for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see Daughtry at the Treasure Island Event Center on Friday, December 20th. That's KFAN.com keyword contest to enter.
That's right. Welcome back. Don't forget football on The Fan tomorrow before the Power Trip takes the air.
Hell yeah.
What do we got tomorrow? Pregame starts at 10
Pregame at 10.
What time's the game?
Game at noon. Fan line around 3-ish or so, right? 3 or 3:30. Right, yep. It'll go until around 5. We might start Power Trip a little bit earlier than that, but around 5 o'clock we'll start 5 to 7 Power Trip morning show live at the Minnesota State Fair. Again, our new friend, Chef Reactions, joins at 6 live on The Fan at the fair. And then I believe, is it not Lynx Fever on the station afterwards?
I believe that is correct.
Yes. Hang on, that is tomorrow night, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Thanks, man.
Wait a minute, did I just...
Someone got it.
I didn't hear what he said.
I said, is that curable? Because he said Lynx Fever's on you. I'm not on today.
Wait a minute, hang on.
Hey, Corey, how are you going to do fan line here at the station and make it to the fair?
He's got tickets for the Lynx game, too.
And you got to go to the Lynx game as well?
He had tickets.
Is that tomorrow?
Yeah, it is.
Radio for 5 people.
But as we always say, you had tickets. Where did they go? Or you just, let me see, you just want people to think you're going to the women's basketball game?
But aren't you progressive?
Like a slot machine.
Yeah.
I had tickets
Damn
to
right.
that.
So this podcast I was listening to the other day
is now picked up by satellite radio.
And?
Man, I really shouldn't be going to the State Fair anyway.
Why?
Because I don't have an electric car. I don't want to damage the environment.
You're an environmentalist now?
Number one on The Fan. Number one in your hearts.
How much does it cost to get into the fair?
Let's just leave it at that. Okay. And scene. What really matters is scores and stats around the world of sports. In between, Chris will change your life with something else that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about.
Hey, Snasser?
Yeah, Daddy.
10:45 tomorrow, right?
Yes, sir. 10:45.
So I'll be driving.
Okay.
So remind Tennessee.
Yeah. I'll call you because I'll be sitting over there.
Thank you.
Let's start with the most important thing, shall we?
What's that, baby? Sex?
A heist.
Oh.
Whoa.
Not a gigantic one, but I still have a lot of questions, and so far I'm pretty impressed because I believe the two people have gotten away with it for the time being.
Meddling kids.
2 thieves broke into the office of St. John's basketball coach Rick Pitino and stole a ceremonial sword and a bullhorn.
How about that?
They also, this is my favorite part of the story, they got away around 8 o'clock Tuesday night. They fled on a moped.
Yeah. That's how it's done.
Bullhorn, ceremonial sword, and they got away on a moped.
Yeah. There's video of them walking through the area. I saw it on SportsCenter last night, and they're just casually walking with the bullhorn and the sword.
Don't look panicked.
Yeah.
Act like you're supposed to be there, and nobody will question why is that guy running away with a sword and a bullhorn. Now, is this a...
that just sounds ridiculous.
Is this a crime of opportunity? Or is that ceremonial sword worth something? And they targeted Rick Pitino's ceremonial sword. I love this. Shout out to those two guys. I'm 100% on their side. Fantastic theft.
It sounds like they're about to lead someone into battle with a bullhorn,
loudly,
a saber, and a moped.
Go get some.
Follow me. Let's go.
That is the Mad Libs of war.
It sounds like me at 14 years old. I wanted all of those things.
Right.
And some trim.
Yeah, well, that's how I was going to get it. Hey, lady, look at my sword.
Underused phrase, by the way. Trim is
good.
Yeah.
So I am probably in the minority here, but I hope they get away with it forever. And tip of the cap, congratulations to the thieves. For a first, let's assume it's the first. For a first heist, nice start.
Yeah.
Well done. Props.
Also, who gave Rick Pitino a sword?
Good question.
Yeah, good question.
Thank you.
What is the guy's name? Hattori Hanzo? Is that his name from Kill Bill?
How in the hell? You're asking yourself.
You're the only one that knows the answer.
I think it's like a Hanzo sword. Let me look this up.
My lord.
Siri, translate what Corey just said.
Right.
Hattori.
Siri, get Corey some friends.
That means angry turd cutter.
Yeah, I nailed it. Hattori Hanzo. Hatorihanzo.
Yeah, of course.
The guy that gives the bride the sword. Fantastic film. Let me guess, you haven't seen Kill Bill?
Parts of it.
Oh man, another masterpiece.
Hello,
Kill
my
Bill.
name is Chuck.
You might have quit your deployment too early.
I did
for that one.
Yeah.
Because that's a we have nothing to do for 12 hours.
Yes.
Let's sit down and watch all of them.
It was always on in someone's room, so I saw parts of it.
Yeah, of course.
It's fantastic. What really matters, though, is this.
The second largest diamond ever found was dug up this week in Botswana. The 2,492 carat stone was pulled out of Karowe mine in Botswana. The size would make it the second largest diamond found behind the 3,106 carat Cullinan diamond, which was found in South Africa in 1905.
Saw a picture of this thing. It is a
diamond, right?
huge bitch. It looks like a football that's made of glass. It's gigantic. So the one that you just mentioned that was found 20 years ago, that one was cut down and made into a whole bunch of other jewels. I believe the British royal family has some crown jewels that were made out of that one. So this thing, I think, is going to be the biggest or second biggest, basically, giant chunk of diamond that exists. Look at that thing. It's the size, it's like a softball.
Now, if you saw that, like I was walking down the street and I saw that, I wouldn't think it was a diamond, right?
No. You'd think, especially in this state, you would think that's an ice chunk.
Right.
That is just holding on from last winter.
Yes. This is some frozen piss that fell out of a plane.
Right.
I'm going to get this for my dad.
That's something you see at the back of a Kohl's parking lot in May.
Correct. You are correct. Mom, kick that off your tire.
It's unbelievable.
That's crazy, man. Wow.
Now I'm forgetting, but I think the last giant one that was about half this size was sold for $53 million.
U.S.?
Yes, U.S.
Wow.
So I have no idea. But
yeah, 53. There you go. Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
Bought it. That guy.
Think. You sell that, you can't even pay 1 year of Jordan Love's salary.
Right.
Whoa, that's funny. That's something else.
Kriesel, you watch Survivor, right?
Uh-huh.
Fantastic show.
Great show.
One of the rules of Survivor is if you're in a group and you find the hidden immunity idol out in the woods, you don't go, hey, look what I found.
Exactly.
You quietly sneak it into your pocket and go back to camp. Mm-hmm. If you are working at a diamond mine or whatever excavation was happening and somebody goes, hey, I found a giant rock that looks like a diamond. Right. You're the biggest dummy of all time. Now, I don't know
if you
find $100 million diamond, I don't know what you do with it because
I would put it in the prison wallet.
I don't know,
brother.
I would make sure it fits.
I'm talking about longer term than immediately packing it away somewhere. I'm talking about you'd have to know, how do I move this on the black market without getting killed?
I'd go downstairs, talk to Jimmy.
Yeah.
I'd say, what do I do with this?
You know what you got to do is you got to hide it for like 2 years.
Right.
and like get a different job at like McDonald's in Botswana.
Right.
You know,
right? Probably if I go to Chipotle and that thing had come shooting out of there like a t-shirt gun.
But then, how do you safely sell this?
That's the thing.
Right, you don't just go to Sotheby's and go, put this up for auction. I'll take the highest bid.
Yeah,
correct.
Where did you get this?
This thing smells
none of your
like
business.
I found it at a garage sale.
Here's a question.
Lost
for you
it
guys.
at a baggage claim at MSP.
Right.
You said something that piques my interest, Corey, because I'm not saying you guys are diamond experts, but something that giant, you make like multiple diamonds out of that, right? Or is that, you know what I mean? Like, or is that one diamond that you shave down to one diamond? Because that's too big for somebody's hand.
No, you make it into $1 billion, like I was saying with the crown jewels.
Okay, that's why. Right.
I would just sell it to one bidder that wants to do whatever that person wants.
Yes,
I wouldn't want to break it off and sell it. I would just say, I want the max value for this giant rock, and you guys can do whatever the hell you want with it.
Yeah.
Corey, I think all of your questions about how to sell it can be answered by watching Blood Diamond.
Is that right? I never saw that movie. That was the Leo movie, right?
I heard it was good. It's worth a watch.
Is that right?
It's tough, but it's worth a watch.
Yeah, man. I just finished a book by Ed Zwick, I believe was his name, the guy who made that film. Man, they went through hell making that film.
Really?
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Were they in Africa to do most of it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is it a movie or a documentary?
Movie.
It's
It's
a
Leo
movie.
DiCaprio.
It's got Leo and
Dimon Hansu.
Paul Rubens.
Paul Rubens.
And Paul Rubens, yeah. He plays the diamond salesman.
Yeah, he does.
But that's Bobcat Goldthwait.
That's not Pee-wee.
Bobcat's got a cameo.
Yeah.
But it's a lot like that documentary about the art theft.
In Boston?
Yeah, what is it?
Yeah.
The something Stuart Gardner Museum. I always forget the first word. Doesn't matter. Like the largest art heist of all time. Mm-hmm. One of the big questions was if the theft was so kind of haphazard. Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum. If you steal those paintings, millions of dollars worth of paintings, so kind of haphazardly and amateurish, then were you smart enough and were you prepared to move them without being traced? Right? That's always been kind of the question is what kind of amateur thieves would even know what to do with these paintings? I feel the same way about this diamond. What the hell do you do with it if you, quote, steal it or find it and don't tell your employer that you found it? You just put it in your prison wallet, as Kriesel so eloquently said. It's gigantic. I mean, good luck with it, by the way. Good luck, Kriesel.
Yeah, good luck with your prison wallet.
The Lynx host Vegas tonight at 8:30, and then they host the Fever tomorrow? Oh, man.
Back to back?
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't have tickets for tonight. I had tickets for tomorrow.
Oh, man.
Oh, no. What really matters, though, is this. Oh, God, that's tomorrow.
I need everybody to know that I want to go to women's sports.
I don't know anybody's name on the team.
That's why Corey's been naming his high school classmates for almost 15 years on this show, and I haven't corrected him once. Oh, my God.
Yeah, you are turning some people on right now.
Yeah. Your ASMR.
People like ASMR.
MRXT.
MRXT. Are you okay?
Last week, not only did I name, I didn't name.
That was 2 weeks ago.
15 years ago, 15 years I've been naming girls I went to high school with when doing Lynx box scores, and he's never once corrected me. Last week, I named the Dragons from House of the Dragon for the French bench.
Yeah.
From the men's Olympic gold medal game. I said Vermithor.
You said
and
like
Vagar and Sea Smoke. And he didn't correct me. Yeah. It's just too easy now. What really matters, though, is this.
You're right about that, buddy. Tonight's Mega Millions jackpot's going to be worth over $520 million.
I'll take it.
Nobody matched all 6 number in Tuesday's drawings, so I almost said Dragon, the nationwide lottery. So the grand prize rolls over to an estimated $527 tonight.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
U.S.
You can't win if you don't play, baby.
No, I probably should. I'll go to Holiday and get tickets today.
Yeah, Holiday's
damn right you
the
will.
best.
Yep. The Mariners fired manager Scott Service after, like 9 years? How long was he there? Something like
That's
that.
a long run.
They have relieved him of his service.
Yeah.
Dan Wilson of Semisonic will be the interim manager in Seattle.
I think I read something or heard it last night on SportsCenter that they had a 10-game lead in the AL West.
June 18th, 10-game lead, and they are 20-33 cents. I think there's something like, I don't know, 4 or 5 games back, so they just blew a giant lead.
Since the All-Star break.
So they fired him.
Yeah.
But Scott Service ends his Mariners service at 680 and 642, and that .515 win percentage Second best in team history behind Lou Piniella.
Good old Lou.
But what really matters is this.
Thanks, Beavis.
Yeah, Louis P.
Louis P. Dolly Parton launching a new makeup collection. It's called Dolly's Beauty, and as of today, it's officially available. The line started with the Heaven's Kiss lipstick collection, which includes the shade Jolene Red. You guys remember my failed lipstick line?
What was it called?
Careful.
Dipstick.
Hang on. Rewind and try that one again.
Dipstick lipstick. It's lipstick for your dipstick. Didn't go anywhere. Rosie bought 7 cases of it, though.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why?
No, that was the end of the joke. I'm sorry. I don't have any more.
Sorry, Daddy.
It's hard to say
Sauce.
dipstick lipstick.
Sauce. Excellent attempt, though, to keep that ball rolling.
I
mean, you really,
appreciate the effort.
the why was really a slingshot into more comedy. No doubt. You set him up. You set him up perfectly. Not your fault, Paul.
I was just.
Why?
Why?
I just was struggling with the whole dipstick lipstick. I can't
Not
say
easy
it. I
to
still
say.
can't say it.
Why?
How?
Zach, the joke is over. Let it go. The Colts 27-14 over the Bengals. Anthony Richardson 8 of 14 with a touchdown, but he threw a pick 6. And now SportsCenter is going to go on about a pick 6 in a preseason game for 3 hours. Are we concerned about Anthony Richardson? Who cares? He looks fantastic, man.
He's a good-looking man.
We didn't see much of him in year 1, but everything that we saw looked like he was super dynamic. So I think Colts fans have a right to be pretty pumped that he's going to blow up in year 2. We'll see. What really matters, though, is this.
First responders have saved the arm of a man caught in a tortilla-making machine in San Diego. The man got his right arm caught in the machine up to his shoulder. Oh, my God. At a Logan Heights market on Friday morning, was found suspended above the ground. I know. 34 firefighters spent 45 minutes getting him free. Come on.
Did they just use the jaws of life? I mean, at some point, you just got to gnaw that son of a jaw.
Right.
Correct.
Send him to the hospital attached to part of the machine. They had to take the machine apart and send him to the hospital.
Well, again, I'm not going to downplay the great work that our great firefighters do.
Yeah, of course.
But this is not tug of war. It wasn't 34, right? There were a lot of guys and gals standing around going, if you 3 can't figure it out, I'm willing to jump in. But you can't. There wasn't 34 people doing it.
It's like the Power Trip Morning Show on a Monday morning.
Right. Too many people are talking, 34 on site.
That's right.
It's like that old Simpsons episode where Homer gets his hand stuck in the vending machine and they all show up and they're like, Homer, are you just hanging on to the candy bar?
It's like the guy looking through the window and seeing the guy's nuts in the zipper.
So good.
Yeah, right.
Something about Mary?
Yeah, something about Mary.
Get a look at this. The whole crew shows up to look at it.
Brilliant.
Oh, God, I love that movie. My guess is Sauce hates it because Ben Stiller's in it. Oh, you do like it?
Wow.
Even though Ben Stiller's the star?
Yeah.
Okay.
You let it slide?
Yeah. It's funny.
It's the one that he likes.
Yeah.
Oh, man. The news is next. It's going to be relatively brief because, man, we got a showdown in 20 minutes.
Man, it's happening.
I have not seen Charge or Grimmer yet. I'll text him just to make sure.
I guess I get to win by default.
Maybe. Grimmer is here. Okay, so we're waiting for the arrival of Paul Charchi. But 7:20, the 3 of them square off in wild card play-in game number 1. The winner advances to the semifinals. Wild card game number 2 at 8:20, and both of them, you have a shot at the jackpot. Thanks to our friends at St. Paul Federal Credit Union. St. Paul Federal Credit Union's initial jackpot, what is it, 72 or 72.5? Now I'm forgetting. I don't have the email in front of me. Is it 72,000?
I think 72.5, I believe last
Zacco?
week.
I forget what it was on Monday.
72.
$72,000.
All right, there you go. That's my memory for you.
News, though, next. Power Trip Morning Show, fan.